The camera is shaky, handheld, and feels like a found-footage horror movie. A young fan, Danny 17, wearing a vintage WWF Invasion t-shirt, is alone in his bedroom. Posters of The Rock and Stone Cold cover the walls. Danny's face is lit only by the glow of his computer monitor, which shows a grainy clip from the 2001 Invasion pay-per-view. They said it was a game, Vince against Shane, the McMahon family drama. They lied. They were all lying. I found it. I found the real tapes. The ones they didn't want you to see. The monitor suddenly glitches, filled with static. The image shifts to a rapid-fire montage of bloody, chaotic footage, a wrestler bleeding from the forehead, a steel chair wrapped in barbed wire, a shot of a masked figure standing over a fallen superstar. The montage ends with the phrase "Forgotten Truths" flashing on the screen. A sharp, professional cut. The camera is now steady, the lighting pristine. Mark, our host, sits at a desk, a slick, modern backdrop behind him. He is the image of a polished wrestling pundit. What's up, WWE Universe? Mark here. For years, we've debated the greatest failure in wrestling history, the 2001 Invasion angle. A fantasy war between Vince McMahon's WWF and a weak, diluted WCW, but what if we've been looking at it all wrong? What if the failure wasn't in the booking but in the cover-up? What if the invasion ended exactly as it was meant to in blood and guts? A new, professionally edited montage. We see the classic invasion story. Shane McMahon buying WCW, Stone Cold joining the Alliance, the eventual win for the WWF, but something is off. Slow-motion shots of wrestlers' faces seem more grim, more desperate. Clips are overlaid with text captions. The Alliance betrayed by its leader. The WWF wins a hollow victory. The war that ended with a whimper. The official story is a historical footnote. But behind the scenes, a dark, untold history was being erased. A history of betrayal, brutality, and an ending so violent, it had to be buried forever. Mark continues speaking directly to the camera, his tone shifting to a more serious, conspiratorial register. The setup was perfect, a Survivor Series match for total control. Vince McMahon's WWF versus Shane's Alliance. But we need to rewind. Let's start with Stone Cold Steve Austin. The Rattlesnake, the leader of the Alliance. His loyalty was never truly with Shane. He was playing a game of his own. A game of ultimate power. He didn't want to just beat Vince. He wanted to become Vince. The Austin that joined the Alliance wasn't a hero in disguise. He was a snake, ready to strike everyone in the room. A gritty, cinematic reenactment begins. The arena lights are low, casting long shadows. It's backstage at Survivor Series 2001. A young, cocky Shane McMahon stands in a hallway, talking on a cell phone. Shane McMahon, everything is in place. Dad, your team. A bunch of sentimental old men. My team. Fueled by rage. After tonight, you'll be nothing but a footnote. And I'll finally get to show you, I'm a better businessman than you. He hangs up, but as he turns, he sees Stone Cold Steve Austin standing behind him, motionless. The look on Austin's face isn't one of a loyal general, but of a predator sizing up its prey. Austin, you think this is about you. Shane, this is about me. It's always been about me. Austin shoves Shane against the wall, his hand gripping Shane's throat. Austin, you're not a businessman. You're a rich kid playing a game. And tonight, the game ends. All of you, you're old man. Even The Rock, they're all gonna learn what happens when you don't respect the past. You're about to see what happens when you disrespect. Austin, the camera, in a shaky, documentary style, finds a group of Alliance members. Kurt Angle, Rob Van Dam, Booker T. They are celebrating, laughing, thinking they've already won. Austin walks up to them, a chilling silence falling over the group. Austin, listen up. Tonight, we don't just win. We end them, every single one of them. The Undertaker, Kane, even the damn Rock. We end them. Kurt Angle, a look of unease on his face, speaks up. Kurt Angle, Steve, what are you talking about? We just need to win the match. It's over when the pinfall is counted. Austin's eyes narrow. Austin, no, Angle, it's over when they're broken, when they can't stand. When they can't even remember their own names, the pinfall. That's just a formality. Danny is back, his face filled with fear. He's whispering to the camera, Danny, the tape ... It's not the match itself. It's what happened after the cameras went off. After they thought no one was watching, he clicks a file on his desktop. The screen flashes with the words, Survivor Series. The dark feed, the camera feed is raw, unfiltered, taken from a hidden camera near the entrance ramp. The Survivor Series main event is over. Team Alliance has won. Stone Cold is celebrating in the middle of the ring with the WCW and ECW crew. The rest of Team WWF are scattered around ringside, battered and defeated. The crowd is in shock. The commentators are silent. Suddenly, Austin grabs a mic. Austin, you know what's funny? You all thought this was about Vince or Shane or some ratings war. This was about something else entirely. This was about a new beginning. And a brutal, bloody ending, Austin signals. From the back, the rest of the Alliance including Paul Heyman emerge, carrying steel chairs. Not just any chairs, but chairs wrapped in barbed wire. This was the real moment. This wasn't a celebration, it was an execution. And the first victim ... was a traitor. Austin turns, his eyes locked on Kurt Angle. Angle's face fills with dread. Austin, you think I forgot. Kurt, you think I forgot all the times you stood with me, but didn't mean it? You're a hero, Kurt, and heroes need to fall. Austin's crew surrounds Angle. They beat him down, relentlessly, with the barbed wire chairs. The camera, still static and unmoving, captures the sickening metallic clangs and Angle's screams. Austin, his face smeared with Angle's blood, turns his attention to the ring. The other WWF members, including The Rock, are now trying to fight back, fueled by righteous fury. But the numbers are too great. The Alliance, now a unified, ruthless mob, descends. The scene descends into chaos, a brutal, bloody brawl. The camera captures fleeting moments of violence. The Undertaker, surrounded, fighting like a man possessed, before being buried under a mountain of barbed wire-wrapped chairs. The Rock, bloody and defiant, trading blows with Austin before Austin smashes a cinder block over his back. Kane, his mask half-torn, being mercilessly beaten by Rob Van Dam and Booker T, their faces twisted with sadism. This was the blood and guts. This was the final price. The WWF was not just defeated, it was butchered. The heroes of the Attitude Era ... broken, humiliated, and left for dead. The carnage continues. The Rock is propped up against a turnbuckle, barely conscious. Austin grabs a microphone and stands over him, a sinister smirk on his face. Austin, you think this is over? Rock, you think this is the end of the show? This isn't the end, this is the real beginning. The beginning of a new era, an Austin era, and it started with ... Your blood. Austin grabs a shard of broken glass from a smashed light bulb and drags it across The Rock's chest. The camera captures the grotesque, unblinking image of The Rock's agony. The camera is cut away. The live feed was gone, but for those who were there, the horrors were just beginning. For what followed was not for public consumption. Danny is visibly shaken, his face pale. He turns to the camera, his voice barely a whisper. Danny, the tapes ... they cut away because it was too much. But I have more, I have the audio. He clicks another file. The audio is distorted, filled with static, but the sounds are unmistakable. The screams, the sickening thuds, the maniacal laughter of Stone Cold, they didn't just end the invasion. They ended wrestling as we knew it. This wasn't a story ... this was a statement. The Alliance was just a means to an end. The real goal was to erase the heroes, to bury them in a grave of their own blood. Mark returns, his face now grim, somber. Mark. And that's why we never saw the real payoff, because the real payoff ... was too gruesome, too brutal, too real for a PG audience. The blood and guts that Vince McMahon denied was the blood and guts that Austin and the True Alliance delivered. Mark holds up an old, battered WWF Championship belt. Mark, the title of Undisputed Champion, was never won. It was stolen in a brutal act of violence. The Attitude Era ... ended not with a whimper, but with a horrifying, bloody crescendo. And the history books ... worry right in to hide the truth.